We are here from the Motor Museum at the MVF Monthly Breakfast. Standing next to me is our keynote this morning, Mr. Tom Melzer. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm great. Thank you.
Tom is the co-founder of Rivervest. Tom, can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, Angela. Rivervest is a venture capital firm that invests in life sciences, medical device, and biopharma. And we work with entrepreneurs to build successful companies that can be sold to larger companies.
Excellent. I like what you're doing, and I'm sure the entrepreneurs just want to soak up every ounce of what you say to them when you're consulting. What is maybe a piece of advice that you were given early on in your career that really resonated with you?
I think the best advice I got, which has applied throughout, is try to match your personality as an individual with the personality of that of the firm, which it's, if you really think about it and you're deliberate about asking about that, it's possible to sort of divine what the personality of a firm is and, you know, their values and ethics and so forth. And if you match those things up, that tends to work pretty well.
I think that is absolutely brilliant. You also mentioned something about having your team focus on everyone having sort of a piece of the pie and everyone being part of the investment. Can you expand a little bit on that?
Yes. So what we do is very difficult, and things don't always work out. But what we want to avoid is not having somebody point the finger at somebody else and say, you made a mistake. So when we're looking at an investment, doing diligence on it, and deciding to go ahead, we make sure that everybody is on board. Some may be more enthusiastic than others, but if somebody really says, I don't think we want to do this, then we probably won't do it, whether or not they have a formal vote. That's very important as you get down the road, and problems do arise, and they will arise, to stay together as a team and try to work problems out as a team. And we either fail or succeed together, hopefully succeed.
How do you sort of motivate the individuals within your firm to really be on board with that concept?
Well, I think it's in part how you select the people you select. But I think sometimes it takes, we don't, like a big organization, we don't have a formal evaluation process, but we have opportunities to provide feedback, and you really have to be prepared to do that. You can't just espouse something and assume it's going to happen, and sometimes you have to reinforce it with, other actions and behavior.
Tom, you've had quite a background with Morgan Stanley and the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis. How do those sort of avenues compare to what you're doing now?
Well, I think both of those were financial institutions, and my expertise is in finance. I've learned a lot of other things along the way. The most important thing I took from those two institutions, for example, Morgan Stanley's motto was basically always a first-class business, and that in a first-class way. And that sort of became ingrained. So when the other co-founders and I set out to start Rivervest, we basically said, we are going to make this a great firm. It's going to be based in St. Louis. It's going to invest nationally. But if we do this right, and this is our aspiration and desire, then this will be a firm that, even though it's located here, will be recognized nationally, even though most of the nationally recognized firms are on one coast or the other.
I like it. You, my friend, are putting St. Louis on the map, and way to bring all of the background from other industries into what you're doing now and really just being present. Is there anything we can expect on the horizon in the near future for Rivervest?
Well, we've just closed on a new fund, and we're actively investing out of that. And while I won't mention the name of the company, we're working with a company here locally to pull together a large financing that'll really finance that company to milestones that should lead to exit. And it would be not just us, but with several other venture capital firms from other parts of the country.
Wow, well, congratulations. That's really exciting. Tom, I wish you nothing but the best. I know your company's going to go extremely far because you've got such a great foundation there. Any final thoughts for anyone here that maybe missed your presentation this morning?
Well, I think, Angela, I would just reiterate that this business is all about the entrepreneur and the companies that they start. what we do and what a lot of other people do are really supporting that person with the idea, with the technology, to be successful. And, I think I'd just say, attaboy, we need more entrepreneurs.
Well, you heard it first here. Attaboy, we need more entrepreneurs. All right, Tom, thank you so much for your time today.
You're welcome. Thanks, Angela.
To learn more about MVF, visit mvfstl.org. MVF, connect, discover, grow.